Hi guys! Welcome to our vlog. Ching! Char. So in this vlog, we are going to talk solely about communication and how to properly interact with other people. So if you're going to ask me that why did we choose this topic, it's because we realized that most people lack communication and interaction. Especially today that we are in the middle of a pandemic, and I think we all know that one, right? Because of this, we are more prone to misunderstandings because some do not understand the process of communication and also the do's and don'ts for communication. So I think it is timely and highly relevant for us people to learn this process. So to start, let us answer this simple question. So someone sent me a question here in the comments. Here, let me read this. Why is communication important? Let us include verbal and non-verbal communication here, right? Let's not just say also that communication is important, but instead, let's say that communicating well is important. Because people can just communicate, but they do it inappropriately, or they do it in a wrong way or in a wrong manner. So I think the better question would be, is communicating well important? So communicating well is important because it can help us maintain good relationships with other people. Kay malasan ang misunderstandings and also avoid conflict and even increase our likelihood of getting what we want. So it is really important to know that when communicating, there should be one who talks, and one who listens. Why? It is to avoid misunderstandings. I think it is very obvious because in the case of others, both of them talk at the same time. But no one listens. So obviously, what do you expect? There would be discrepancies and there would be a lot of misunderstandings. Also we need to remember that when communicating, we need to be sensitive about sorry about that. We need to be sensitive about social-cultural dimensions, which are the culture, the gender, the age, the social status, and the religion. So these five. So we need to be sensitive about these social-cultural dimensions. So the social-cultural dimensions are to be further explained and be discussed by my friends. So thank you. Ching, 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 ching. Goodbye.
Hi everyone, welcome to my vlog. So now we are going to talk about the socio-cultural dimension, which is culture. First of all, we need to be sensitive about it due to the fact that they refer to as cross-cultural sensitivity or simply cultural awareness. Is the knowledge, awareness, and acceptance of other cultures and others' cultural identities. On the individual level, cultural sensitivity enables travelers and workers to successfully navigate a different culture with which they are interacting. Many countries' population include minority groups and comprising indigenous peoples and immigrants from other cultures and workplace. Educational institutions, media, and organizations of all types are mindful of being culturally sensitive to these groups. For example, every Jones, a 55-year-old African-American woman, has not been feeling well. Since she is new in town and has not yet had a chance to establish care with a physician, she decides to go to Dr. James Morrison at her friend's recommendation. Upon their first meeting, the 32-year-old Dr. Morrison introduced himself as Dr. Morrison and called her Evelyn. Dr. Morrison then assumes that she is on Medicaid. Every Jones leaves Dr. Morrison practice upset and decides to find a different doctor. Dr. Morrison is obviously confused about her response. So, what did he do wrong? In this scenario, Dr. Morrison was not being culturally sensitive. In many cultures, it is custom to call people by their last names, especially when they are older than you. Since Dr. Morrison called his patient Avery instead of Mrs. Jones, she took it as a sign of disrespect. To make matters worse, Dr. Morrison assumed that Avery was on Medicaid based solely upon his initial impression of her. This not only upset Mrs. Jones but also prevent her from getting the medical treatment that she needed. So, what will the culturally sensitive approach look like? Instead of calling her Avery, Dr. Morrison will have asked her how she would like to address. He could then make in her charts so that all of the staff know to address her as Miss.
Hi everyone, welcome to my vlog. Today, we'll talk about socio-cultural dimension, which is age. As a Filipino, we will start on using po and opo when we are talking to people who are older than us. It is our tradition to use that to show respect. So when it comes to communication, we must know how to interact with others even if you are not the same in age. And I have observed that some of the adults are taking advantage of that respect to abuse kids. I was once watched a video that a woman are abusing a child and it makes me feel bad because that child is not fighting back. Like it is planted in the kid's mind na bawat pumatol sa nakakatanda, and I think it's correct. But it should not be applied to everyone kasi hindi naman lahat ng nakakatanda sa atin ay alam nila kung ano yung tama and some have other intention. And I also know that kids nowadays don't show respect to others because I can see that the new generation doesn't know how to respect the elders. Like if we have an issues to the elders, then may issues din naman tayo sa kabataan. Kasi it seems that they only listen or think about themselves. I am not generalizing it. However, some of it because some of the viral video that I have watched are kids younger than me have experienced it and cannot fight for themselves, thinking that they are being irrespectful. Therefore, I think the best way to have a good communication is to respect others, even if they are older than you or younger than you. We should treat each other equally.
Hello everyone. The next socio-cultural dimension that we need to consider or be sensitive about is social status. So what is social status? Social status is a position in a society, and each individual in the society has made different status and people interact differently according to the status of an individual. Has status affect the type interaction we have in some situations? People are equal. For example, in a given scenario, going out with my cousins, in this situation, we have to understand that we are all equal and you should feel comfortable since all of you understand that you are with the group of people with the same level of you in society. In other situation which is you are having an interaction with a teacher and interacting someone with older or professional, you have to be respectful and perform the right conduct, and that's all. Thank you.
Hi everyone, welcome to my blog. So now we're going to talk about socio-cultural dimension, which is religion. Now, I am going to discuss how to interact with people in an interculturally sensitive way. So now, in this situation, when you talk or communicate to the people who are Iglesia ni Cristo, is that we discuss about the God, doctrine, sinusubok, and etc. Iglesia ni Cristo is a religion where their culture must be strengthened with one another. They collect poor people to be part of their culture, but it depends on the person if she or he wants to be part of Iglesia ni Cristo. In addition, the religion of Muslims, when we gather and start communicating, we discuss about their culture so that we know a little bit of their culture. Now, how not to interact with people in an interculturally sensitive way. So yeah, again, in this situation, Iglesia ni Cristo culture never eat dinogoan because it is a sin for them, and we respect it. Instead of talking that, we talk about how their church go and how they dress, and etc. So, again and again and again, in this situation, when we communicate with the Muslim people, we don't talk about pigs and pork food because it is yucky to them and also it is a sin to them. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Hi, hello everyone. Good day. I am Amir Hassan P. Mananga. So for this video, I'm gonna show you some example of scenario that is about gender, on how to and not to interact with people in an interculturally sensitive way. Let's go! As you can see guys, we have a two character in this scenario, the first speaker and the second speaker. This is the example of scenarios that is how not to interact with people in an interculturally sensitive way. So that's the scenario begins on joining or entering the Philippine National Police, PNP, and Armed Forces of the Philippines, AFP, especially in high positions such as general. It is very best suitable for men because men have a strong physique and brave that the woman doesn't have. Therefore, only men can be part of the AFP and PNP. You should not base the gender as a capacity and qualification in holding for a such large position. A person deserves to be in a position if he or she is capable and has strength and also knowledgeable to join or enter the AFP and PNP. The first scenario, or in this scenario, it shows that the first speaker only considers men to be effective police officer, while the receiver is neutral about the said topic. Here is gender bias can be a barrier in communication, especially when an individual's mindset is one-sided. Anyone should not verbally measure anyone's capability of holding any position regardless of their gender. So the next scenario is how to interact with people in an interculturally sensitive way. This is the right thing to do when communicating. Second scenario, how to interact with people in an interculturally sensitive way. Our country needs a police officer, someone that is very much capable in protecting and helping us, that has a strength, knowledge, especially in law, ready to sacrifice and to serve, and above all, has a big pure love for our country. It doesn't matter if he or she, as long as he or she has the qualification for this job, because being a police officer has no gender. In this scenario, to what the speaker said the right thing that everyone should hear. Instead of discouraging person's gender or someone's feelings to become a police officer because this job is not appropriate or worthy for the woman, or it doesn't fit for gender. Anyone can be whatever they want to be. So you should not underestimate the ability of each gender. Why is it important to learn these different socio-cultural dimensions? As our world continues to change, we students interact with others with quite different backgrounds from their own, especially in the classroom. The manner in which they respond to others who seem different can have an impact on their success in school, work, and harmonious relationships with others. If they take time and make the effort to understand these differences, they may develop better relationships and succeed academically. That much of your behavior and feelings are dictated by the culture you live in. And why do we need to be sensitive about it? Sensitivity is important when communicating because it allows us to effectively function in other cultures, allows us to respect and value other cultures, and can reduce cultural barriers between professionals and their patients. Our sensitivity also leads us to place value on nurturing others. We know not everyone experiences life as intensely as we do, but because we're used to feeling deeply, we strongly desire to bring happiness to the ones and help them avoid pain. This helps grow your understanding of your new surroundings and makes you spend them more meaningful. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed and understood well. So if you don't understand, then that's your fault. Just kidding. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also give points so you will be updated on the next video that is full of knowledge and pleasure. See ya. Adios.